So one of the trends on social media, I feel like whenever I open up Instagram or something, it's always like, here's what I eat in a day, or here's what I wore this week. So today I'm putting a financial twist on this trend and sharing what I spend in a weekend. Now make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. All right, let's dive in. So when we were thinking through this topic, me and my team, I was like, well, let me just go and just like scroll through my calendar and just like put my finger on like a random weekend and just go back in every dollar and look what were all the transactions in that weekend. So this was a weekend that I looked, it was in June. And when I looked at my calendar, I was like, okay, we went to the lake for part of it. So have that in your head as I'm thinking through this. We were out of town for part of it. And as I'm scrolling back through every dollar and re-looking at some of these transactions, I was like, okay. And it's just so funny when you go back and actually study. I don't always do this. Like actually look and you're really, really intentional at exactly what you spent in a month or during a certain period of time. It really makes you realize like life just happens, right? And so some of these you'll see, like it's just like spontaneous purchases. Some of it was things that we had to buy. But you can really start to see how your money incorporates so much of your calendar and the seasonality of life. So always remember that when you're doing a budget, depending on the month or the season, it's really going to change. So the first thing that I saw for this weekend was a grocery bill for the weekend. Are you ready for this? Everyone prepare your hearts. It was $201.31. And I remember having to buy a ton of food because we were hosting one night and we got drinks, we got food. I mean, all of it. So it was like we were cooking lunch and dinner that day, I remember, and we had like 15 people we were cooking for. And then, at the lake, you want a little sipper, So we got some drinks and all of that. But yeah, it was a big grocery bill. That's usually what we spend. And most of the time, like in a week and a half will be that because I'm usually pretty good at what we buy, but it just was a bigger grocery bill. But that was the truth of it. That's what it was. Number two, there was a gas transaction. So we obviously filled up with gas in the minivan, and it was $49.72. We ordered Papa John's when we got home from the lake. And so that was $49.53. I think it was probably like 2 pizzas and, I don't know, some wings or something. Do you know what's so sad? I have a vivid memory of Papa John's. It's like deep in my soul. Papa John's, for whatever reason, it was like the pizza we grew up with as kids. But I remember the pizza guy would come to our front door with like a large cheese and a large Supreme for mom and dad. And we would hand them a $20 bill and say, keep the change. That's how much it was like back in the day, y'all. A $20 bill covered 2 large pizzas. And now it's double or even more than that with all the fees and everything. But we'll just remember. Go back in our nostalgic days. Okay, number 4 was, this is going to probably gross some of y'all out. It's like this magic molluscum spray. So if you don't have kids, you're going to be like, gross, what are you talking about? But in the summer, sometimes, and this popped up, they popped up in June for us. It went away, thank God. But it's like this like thing on our kids' skin. And you can get it from like sharing towels or whatever. And they can end up being like little like bumps. And they're gross, but kids, they get like weird stuff. So it was like this magic spray. I remember someone saying, because Charles had like 2 or 3 molluscums on him. And I was like, we've got to get rid of this because they hurt and they're not fun. But I ordered that from Amazon. Number 5, our Amelia's watch subscription hit that weekend. So I remember kind of tracking that. And that's $19.33 a month. And it's one of those like little watches. It's not an Apple Watch, but she can just like text and call and stuff. And it's been great for her. She's 10 and we love it. But yep, you got to pay for the subscription every single month. Now, one subscription that is in our monthly budget that we really do love is Delete Me. Because the truth is, if you don't remove your personal data from the internet, it's basically like a billboard for all to see because it'll be your name, your address, your email, even your kids' names are out there on sketchy data broker websites. And so data brokers then will sell your data and put you at risk for scams and fraud. But the wonderful news is Delete Me goes in and removes your data, and that really helps protect you from phishing, harassment, and other online threats. Your family's safety and financial security are way too important to leave exposed. So join Delete Me at joindeleteme.com/Rachel for 20% off all the annual plans, and it brings your monthly cost to under $9 a month, or just click the link in the description. Number 6, another Amazon purchase. This was Winston's collapsible dog bowls for $5.98. Golly, it's giving like George Camel vibes. It's like the dog purchases. We're like, wait, what? But that was Winston's for Sweet June. Number 7, there was a Target purchase for $26.07, and that was for me. I got a pair of wedges with like the clear straps on them. And I'll be honest, they really weren't that comfortable, but they were $26, so I wore them a couple times, and yeah. Number 8 was our local toy store here in Franklin, Tennessee. It was for $50.81, and that was for a gift for our kid's friend's birthday. And I do love this toy store, though, because they wrap your gifts for free, which is wonderful. And I think this ended up being actually 2 kids' gifts because Charles had 2 friends that were having birthday parties. But it was great. I usually sometimes try to order on Amazon kids' birthday gifts because I feel like they're usually cheaper. But my kids love a freaking toy store, and I do love this toy store in our area. It's like really sweet and great. So it is nice. And then they wrap it for you. I love that. So, because you don't want to see my wrapping. It's terrible. Okay. So again, if you walk away with anything, let it be this. Just tracking your month-to-month expenses is so crucial when it comes to winning, you guys, with money. And every dollar I do love because the transactions drop in and you can just drag and drop them and it has the dates on them. You can put them in the category. And it really does help. Not that you have to like go back and look at specific weekends necessarily, but if you're wanting to cut down your lifestyle, then you can actually go back and look and be like, okay, these were things like some of these things on the list we did not need, right? Like even the grocery bill, I probably could have done a better job at saving money there. But like you can look at specific situations and say, okay, where are we really spending our money? And if we do have to cut back, let's look at where we can cut back on. And also, if you are winning with money and enjoying it, it at least still gives you this level of control that you know where your money's going. Even a $6 collapsible dog bowl, right? Like we still track that in the Cruze household. Because there's just something really important about knowing where your money's going. And there's a level of responsibility there that I think is really great. Now, it's also crucial to still have fun with your spending, which we love. So make sure to check out the video, How to Enjoy Your Life, Even on a Budget. You can click right here, or if you're listening on podcast, I will leave a link below. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.